CBC Dutch Touch with Coach Gerry Montague from Centenary College in New Jersey. And Coach, as you've spent a couple days here in Holland now, talk to me a little bit about just the openness in the dialogue with the coaches. And there's no secrets here.
No, it's really amazing. You can literally go and watch the first team is a little bit difficult, but the reserve team all the way down through the U10s, at any club, you can walk in and watch them. You can interact with the coaches when the sessions are done. It's really amazing. And I think if you compare that to NFL teams or MLS teams back in the States, it's a completely different world. They have the mindset that they're happy to give you everything that they know, which means that they then need to go out and learn more. So I've been really impressed with their openness, their friendliness, and the fact that they're willing to share what it is they know and how they've shaped their football culture over the last 20 or 30 years.
So now you've been in the country a couple days now, about 4 or 5 days. What's been your impression on just the whole culture of football or soccer over here? It's incredible. People don't understand it in the States.
No, there's a couple of things that really struck me. One is the infrastructure that's in place. It's amazing. It's really optimized. Every club has multiple pitches, multi-surface. They have both grass and artificial turf. So when the weather's bad, they can still train, which is a challenge for us in the U.S. If it rains, we can't get on the pitches. The other thing is just the simplicity. Everything they do, there's no grid, zones, there's not 1,000 cones out there. It's real simple. So what they effectively do is they get them to play. They break the game into segments, they build it up into the full game, and just the simplicity makes it really engaging and very accurate to the game for the player. So it's outstanding.
And yesterday with the youth, we were watching one of the youth coaches, and at one point he walked away from the practice and just let the kids play, and that was very interesting concept that he didn't want to coach them for about 10-15 minutes. He just wanted to let them play. That's not really what happens in America too often.
No, I think it's not really in line with our culture. We have the belief that coaches have to micromanage every minute, every aspect. And we also have a very different coach-to-player ratio. We generally have one coach to a team. I watched the session with U12s yesterday. There were 7 coaches there. There was one U11 who was training by himself with one coach. So they have a lot of people around, a lot of eyes observing, but they don't interrupt. They don't say very much. They stop it if they need to. But otherwise, they let the players play. They let them solve problems on their own, which is what they need to do when it comes to game day.
So what are the 2 things you're going to bring back to New Jersey with you, bits of knowledge or things that you kind of picked up?
The biggest things I'm going to bring back to my college team, first and foremost, the fact that it's 100% of the time. They don't screw around, they don't giggle, they don't laugh. Every training session they approach with the same intensity as a match, which is something American players are sadly lacking. The second thing I'm going to bring is just that open, simple culture. I don't interrupt every 6 seconds. I set the game up, I condition the game to some extent, and I let them solve the problems. So it's really going to have a pretty profound impact on how I train my team.
So you kind of touch upon the fact that the Dutch coaches allow their players to be creative. In America, sometimes we don't do that. Talk to us a little about the importance of letting your players be creative.
I think it's great. The problem that we have is I think even from the youngest ages, we focus on the result first, player development second. So we try to limit the role. We try to limit what players can and can't do because we're afraid they're going to make a mistake. I think they realize if players make a mistake, that's a learning opportunity. So they really set things up to allow the players to go out and play. It's completely different to what we do because we focus too much on the end result, and they focus a lot more on the more my player makes a mistake, or more importantly, the more intelligent he gets and solves problems, the better overall player he's going to be. And when they accompany that with the technical and tactical and physical training that they offer, they really develop a much more comprehensive all-around player.
And certainly coming over here to the Netherlands, this is a bit of an investment, but something you would recommend other coaches do if they're
without a doubt. Just watching some of the UEFA A candidates at a match last night, the amount of information that they were recording, the type of analysis they were doing, I've never seen even the highest level coaches in the U.S. do it. So their level of thinking and the opportunities that you have here far exceed even the A license in the U.S.
Good stuff. Again, this is Coach Montague. We'll catch you next.
Sun beat down, I had the radio on, I was driving